This is around by the time where they would tell you listen to this track, bitch.
Listen to this track, bitch.
Down like me. I say I don't give a fuck down like me. Oh no, I don't give a fuck down like me. Sorry, I don't give a fuck down like me. Fuck 'em, I don't give a fuck down like me. No, I ain't got shit to prove. No, I ain't broke no more and I don't owe no foe, but I still ride with my tool. You so concerned about my real life, and that's alright. But who are you? Just another nigga with a strap. It don't take rocket science to shoot. You don't know shit about getting bricks out, you probably still work true for true. You don't know shit about on your blood, cause you paid your bills with all that loot. How about your baby about to be born and he don't got pampers, wipes, or food? How about your mama fucking your best friend and y'all both just finished school? But it's okay, she thinks it's cool. You're in her way, it's time you move. And you just paid all her damn bills, so you feel like a fool. So what do you suggest I do? You think you know? You got no clue. So please don't tell me what you think I ain't been through. I don't give a fuck down like me. I say I don't give a fuck down like me. Oh no, I don't give a fuck down like me. Sorry, I don't give a fuck down like me.
Welcome to AJ's Den. Yes, I'm back. And I started not to record today because today is my birthday. And I decided to go ahead and record early because it's going to be on and popping. I turned another year in my life. Never thought that I would make it here and have the education that I have great people watching me and everything. So I'd like to thank most of the people who are watching me, listen to me on my podcast. I just like to say thank you, people, for being there and being supportive. So let's go on to our show, shall we? Let's talk about Trump, and he's showing his true fucking colors. But before I do that, I would like to talk about the chef, Joe, how to say his name? Arpaio, who gives a fuck what his damn name is. So, all of it mixed together. And I would like to say, I'd like to name 10 things that this character of from Arizona, the chef, why he was convicted. And it's just 10 things that I like to name. The first thing, he ran a jail like a concentration camp. The one who, by the way, this is the one who Trump pardoned. And this is how he showed his true color. That I'm going to play a video as well that shows how he was in Arizona not too long ago and said he want the country to unite. Bitch, you are doing the opposite of talking about uniting the country. How the hell are you going to unite the country when you're letting out racist son of a bitches out of jail? And you're showing your true color. It's like, dude, you are such a compulsive lawyer. You can't even keep up with your lies, Trump. You are a fucking liar. So he pardoned this chef that I'm going to just name 10 things that this chef have done. I already said that he ran the jails like a concentration camp. He said prisoners in his jail died often. They died. There was no explanation. You can also Google it just like I did. I did research on this chef. They say inmates who was paralyzed asked for help from the neck on. No one helped him. This is in his jail. He botched hundreds of sex crimes, cases of unaged girls. Basically he basically was involved with underage sex people. Yeah. This is the person who Trump gave pardon to. The prisoners was segregated in his jail with electric fences. They say a black woman lost her baby in the jail that he was managing. They said a prisoner baked to death in his cell at a temperature of 109 degrees. This is the reason why he was convicted, y'all. The reason why he was convicted. He sent a deputy to Hawaii to look for President Obama birth certificate. He did that. He ordered to pay Phoenix News Time co-founder $3.75 million for false arrests. This is who Trump pardoned. This is who Trump pardoned. So did he not show his true color? But he'll say he is a very dangerous man. He's a white nationalist in office, and he's releasing these national. You know who I'm waiting for him to say I want to pardon? Dylan Roof. I'm waiting for that. He's already went against the Constitution. He's already went against the Constitution. First of all, he's supposed to went to Congress to pardon this man because the people who have suffered under this man's hand supposed to get just due. A lot of you people who are Trump supporter who's so uneducated that Trump called y'all asses out anyway. He called you out long time ago. I love my uneducated people. You start talking about Robert Lee. He is part of our heritage, and we support him, and they shouldn't take our statue down. Don't even know that the statues were put up in 1920 for a scare tactic, but you too uneducated to realize that. So then you come up, well, are we going to take away? We need to take down Martin Luther King Jr. He wasn't a treasoner. He didn't do treason. No, he did not. He didn't fight against the government who is part of United States. But you guys don't know that because you want to repeat everything what Trump repeat. This is how intelligent you guys are. You're not intelligent. You're like his puppet. He got a string and he's doing this. He said, I'm going to say this and you say the same thing. You sound like a fucking broken record. Every time I meet a Trump supporter, you're like a broken record. Well, we should tear down George Washington or Lincoln. They didn't do treason. Matter of fact, your own man, Robert Lee told you guys to put that flag up because he knew it was treason. He knew it was a treason flag. But you don't study nothing because you don't read and you don't do research. You want to hear people on the news media who preaching propaganda. See, I do research on my stuff when I say stuff. But you guys don't want to hear that because you don't. This is the reason why you're in the predicament you're in now. The reason why you're in the predicament you're in now is because you don't want to get your education. You don't want to get your education at all. So I love when someone sit up there and say, George Washington on slave. He sure did. But he did not fight. He did not fight against the United States. He did not do treason against the United States. At that time, he owned slaves, okay? Most of you guys own slaves, but your people wanted to keep slavery going. You wanted to keep slavery going. So then, what excuse would you have now? That's all you have. You still trying to overlook the point that General Lee told y'all ass to put that goddamn flag up. And that flag didn't come out to the civil rights movement. Learn your history. You white nationalists are the most uneducated people. I have came around and I haven't met a white nationalist yet. And this is the honest God truth. I haven't met a white nationalist yet that is intelligent. Let me go here and let me tell you who's asking me a question on my Periscope. I did answer your question. I am not, and I don't have to answer your question. This is my show, not yours. Get your life. Go and find somebody who's going to answer your question. I was nice to answer because I usually don't answer people questions on here. I'm trying to educate my people. I never said that. See, that's the problem that I have noticed about a lot of Caucasians. When you point out, when you speak up, they're thinking you're talking about all Caucasians. That is not the case. I always say most Caucasian, not all. Because I can't say all because it's a lot of Caucasians that march with Martin Luther King Jr. And here we go with another educated word that I have to do to you. That a lot of you Caucasians love saying that African Americans are racist. They cannot be racist. It's because they do not oppress you. Most of you people oppress African Americans. We do not oppress your votes. Racist is a person who have power. African Americans do not have power. Now, who had power was President Obama did have power. So if you want to call him a racist, I wouldn't call him a racist. It's because he helped more you than he helped his own people. He didn't help us like he went and go all that. But most of you guys are so uneducated you don't know no better because you haven't passed the high school level. So when I say racist, you won't even go and look up the definition. You won't even go and look up and go beyond the definition. Learn more about it. Just like where racists come from, where the racism come from, where that word come from. You need to learn more. Like Caucasian, you don't even know why I call you Caucasian. I know why I call you Caucasians, but you don't know how to. You really don't know anything about the word Caucasian. Caucasian. Break it down. Car. What is a car? And Cajun. What is a car? What they call a car. Car. Look it up. You may learn something. You'll learn something one day about yourself because you don't know your history. By far you don't. That you can tell even Trump made it all the way to the White House. He doesn't even know how to do things. How uneducated he is. That is crazy. Caucasian. Look it up. Don't they call dead body carcass? Better look that word up. Do a little research. I love calling because you guys get on here all the time, and that's what I love. That you guys hate me telling the truth. You guys hate me telling the truth, and you find other things, but you're so uneducated. Just like when you say, some of you guys up there and say 1776, that's when you gained freedom. That's bullshit. We didn't gain freedom. That was y'all. And make it so bad, Crispa Attack is the one that started the fucking freedom movement. Y'all wouldn't even fight for y'all own freedom. And who is that? A black man. He's the first one to die for y'all freedom in 1776. You couldn't even fight for your own freedom from yours, from British. You couldn't even fight for your own freedom. Y'all was so fucking scared. You see the dynamic of what's going on, what happened to Mr. Harris. When Mr. Harris got jumped on, how many people jumped on Mr. Harris? About 6 or 7 Caucasians jumped on one black man. Why? Because you know that he is superior and you cannot fight a black man by himself. You will not fight him one-on-one. You will not. And guess what? I did a research what your General Lee have said. Your General Lee said, he's talking about you Caucasians. We Caucasians, I'm going to put Caucasians in there. We Caucasians are inferior to African Americans. At that time they called them blacks. You need to do your research about General Lee. He knew that most of you, all you Caucasians, now I'm saying all, he knew, he addressed you and said that African Americans, blacks, are superior in a lot of ways. Do your research. See, I always have to talk to uneducated people and it's always the uneducated people who supported Trump. Why is that so? Because he talk layman terms with you guys. Very, very great. Come on, he's always doing them adjectives. Very, very nouns, action word, verbs. He's always very, very. I'm so sad. Always. So you can relate to them. You know how you guys can relate to them? Cause you know what the rich people call you? Poor white trash. And you notice that it's not the ones that are rich are the ones that racist. It is the ones that are poor and living on welfare and do not have a job. That's the ones who always racist. Why? Because they won't go and get an education. Why? Because they think they are entitled to anything out here in America. Because why? They are white. They are Caucasians. Answer all those whys. This is the reason why these Caucasians will not go and get a job, because they don't know nothing about globalization. Globalization will affect everyone. It have affect everyone. And guess what? We have already been down for the longest. People of color. Because the system is a systematic system that created to make sure people of color is stay down. But you guys don't know that. And I love when you guys speak for us and tell us we're lazy. But we only 14% out of the population. So when you say majority you are on welfare, first of all, let's go back. Why welfare was invented, created. It wasn't for us, and they excluded us out of that. They did not include African American or people of color into getting welfare. It was created what Roosevelt created. And when he created, it's because of the Great Depression. And when he created that, it was only for you Caucasians. Only for you Caucasians. I'm not speaking for you guys. I'm giving you history facts. It shows. Tell me how many Caucasian men went out and voted for Trump. And what is the reason why they voted for Trump? What is the reason why? Because he was a white nationalist. the male Caucasians regret voting for him now. He was talking about deporting the Muslim. The Muslims don't have nothing to do with you guys. You hate somebody so much, if it's not the color of their skin, it's the religion part. You guys so afraid of people who are different from you. So afraid. Yeah. Do that make you feel good? See, Caucasians, I see a Caucasian saying, I'm 60 years old and I have rings. So that made you feel good? I know it did, because most Caucasians do things like that. That's why they invented the N-word. Everybody know about the N-word. That's why they invented that. That's the reason why they invented that N-word, so they can make sure that you can go and keep it in your mind and plant it in there. That's why when I hear my brothers and sisters saying the word, I'm like, don't use that word, because that's supposed to belittle you. So at the end of the day, you should not always use the word. You should not ever let a Caucasian plant seed in your brain that you are not worth nothing. Because that's what they want you to think. You go back in these back rural areas, the same people that they using propaganda on the news media, they get up there and they get the most sorriest African American. And they put it on news media because they want to program not only us, but they want to program these Caucasians and let Caucasians think that we're no tooth, we cannot speak well, and they want you to think that, and we live in the ghetto and we are on welfare. But if you go right back in the rural areas where all these Caucasians live, you will find the same. See, they put it in the news media, and they make you look at these rich people or these well-to-do Caucasians walking out of the bank, or they're walking out of a nice building with a briefcase. So you program to say, oh, I want to be like that one day, but they never go back in the rural area. They never go back in the rural area. But they go and get the worst African Americans and put it on there and say, yeah, I saw him yesterday. Dayton did this. I know Dayton did that. That's what they get. They're programming you of thinking it's okay to be that way. It is not. That's why when they see an African American who is unapologetic and care nothing what you say, and cannot enter my brain nor my heart. Oh, you loud. You, I can't stand African American women. They loud and they boastful. But yet, they get on television, on movies, and make white women strong and boastful. So which one is it? Is it the African American queen that is boastful and strong, or is this the weak white woman who you say is boastful and strong? Because most African American women have been carrying this nation for years. Most African American women have been doing cleaning. Most African American women solve problems that no white woman have solved, no white man have solved. So we loud, we boastful on the outside of the movies, but on the inside of the movies, we weak. Interesting. Just like you say about African Americans and Africans have gone through so much, but we still have family. Y'all have broken our family from the bone. And we have risen up and still have family, come together and love one another. You have taken our religion away from us. Some of us are still in the same religion to keep you under control. Yet, we have broken away from that. You have taken our land away from us in Africa. Yet, we still come back on this here land. Build this land. Get our education, because the highest one out of all race, creed, and sex is a black woman who is the highest educated person on this earth. So at the end of the day, you have tried to break the family of Africans and African Americans, and we have still came on top. This shows that we have been kings and queens. And what your good old Bible says, the ones who's on the bottom shall rise to the top. And guess what? You are noticing that we are getting rid of those Confederate. We are coming together. And by the way, I come from a 2-parent household who was married. They was not shacked up. But you guys love to portray us as people who live in the ghetto and didn't have a father figure. But somehow you need to look back. A lot of Caucasian men are leaving their women. And they do not take care of their kids. But again, they are programming us and everybody out here that black men are not in the household. That is a lie. My father was there. He was always there from thick through thin when I was born to now. He's still here. My mother is the same way. I have an uncle who was married, who is still married to his wife 54 years. You did not succeed to break the love from Africans and African Americans. You tried your hardest, and we are still standing tall. We are like a phoenix coming out of the ashes. You have taken from us. You have said and claimed everything. Again, do that make you feel good to put the propaganda out that you never did a research on who is really on welfare? We make, again, I'm going to say it again, and I'm tired of saying it because I know you don't understand, because you can't comprehend, is because you do not do research. We are only 14% of the population. Who is the majority? It is Caucasians. So no, if all the people of African Americans are on welfare, then I should, and I'm not. I work for the government, getting my master's. So at the end of the day, you can say you're on welfare, but you will not do research because it will prove you wrong. You love trying to make yourself look so good. You have been doing this for the longest. You are afraid of us getting up, and you're afraid that we're going to do the same thing what you have done and still doing to us today. That's the fear of all. That's why you have these statues out here now. That's why we have a white nationalist in the White House. That's why that white nationalist parting another white nationalist is because you are afraid, because you know for a fact that African Americans are highly intelligent, and we have allowed this shit to go on for years. Over 400 years. What about the Jews? Nothing wrong with the Jews. Did you not get any help? Did you not get help from United States? Yes, you did. You get help. You got help from the United States. We haven't got anything, and it's in the Constitution. 40 acres and a mule. Keep the mule and give us our 40 acres. But every time African Americans ask for something, y'all always being lazy. I swear, Caucasian would say that in a minute. Y'all always lazy. But we the one built this country. And who was sitting on their asses? Wasn't doing nothing. But you call us lazy. People, I'm talking to my people. Everything what a Caucasian say about you, or me, or any of your people, is always the opposite. So when they say that we're lazy, they mean we work hard. We have worked hard, and we're still working hard. When they say that you're ugly, they mean that they're ugly. See, you have to read between the lines. And sometimes they do want to make themselves feel good. Excuse me. Sometimes they do want to make themselves feel good. So make sure, don't let them take away your pride, because you need to hold your head up. It's like I see my brothers, they holding their head down when they're walking. I'm like, my kings, you got to hold your head up. Look in the white folks' face like you never looked before, and let them see that you don't acknowledge them, because they don't see you either. Not all. Now, don't. I ain't saying all. I'm saying most. Not all. Just make sure to hold your head up and say you're an unapologetic king or unapologetic queen. That's what you need to do. Hold your head up and say, I will not apologize, because I don't apologize to nobody at my job. When I see wrong, I say it. And they say, oh my God, they stay the hell away from me. They so afraid of me. Ask me, do I care? Nope. My brother say, girl, you just don't care. I don't. I'm unapologetic. I don't. I'm not. Why would I apologize? They never apologized for the 400 years they enslaved our ancestors. Why the hell would you apologize for anything what you say? They'll look straight in your face. I don't like you ends. And walk away. Some of them will look at you in your face and be smiling in your face and stab you in the back, and don't up there in a Ku Klux Klan rally. Yeah, I can't stand these ends. Yeah, they'll be doing that. But they smiling in your face. They smiling in your face. I get a whole lot of people on here who said I'm not racist, but the first thing they call me, you black bitch. Why my color got to be in it? I don't care you call me a bitch, because I know I'm not one. But why my color got to be in it? And I'm not even that color anyway. So, okay, then call me black bitch. I don't care. You are not worth my time. You are not worth my energy. That's sad. Go, my people. Learn about you. Once you get deprogrammed, because these people been programming you like no tomorrow. Once you get deprogrammed, you're going to see the stuff before it happened when Caucasians do stuff. You're going to see things that you're going to like, I need to sit back. I'm going to give out this book again, and I don't think I'm going to give it out anymore, because this man is not giving me any money. I want to give out this book to my brothers and sisters. I want you to read the 4 agreements because I know they are not going to read it. So I want you guys to read the 4 agreements. If you don't like it, you can auto tape it. You can just buy it on auto. Go and read the 4 agreements because I want you guys to stop being programmed. Some of these people sitting around here who's saying that they are your friend. They are not your friend. And that could go for each race. But these Caucasians, that's why they hide the sheet over their head for the Ku Klux Klan. Because they don't want you to know that they are racist. But they're going behind the doors every day. They'll burn a cross in your front yard. Now, this is the killer part. This is what I want to talk about. This is that I like. They always talking about Jesus, right? But they'll burn a cross in front of your house quickly. So, when they say, I'm a Christian, but you're going to serve the white God every day, and the Christian mean Christ-like one. So how is there a Christian when they're coming in front of your house, spewing fucking hatred, and burning a cross? How is that a Christian? And every time they say amen, they don't even know what amen come from. It's a Hebrew word. Hebrews was what? Colored. People don't know nothing about that. They don't do research. People stop letting them program you to think you are inferior. You are not inferior. You are superior and you are a supreme being. Until you wake up, they're going to always have the upper hand. Until we come together, they're going to always have an upper hand. Until you stop being programmed and follow what these people want you to follow, they will always have the upper hand. I want you to understand this. You have to be deprogrammed. And do you not know that we are the majority? If we come together, just like the Asians want to be so white, so bad. The Hispanics want to be so white, so bad. Nixon did it for a reason. When I say Nixon, Nixon's the one that brought up the race, the separation. He's the one that said, choose here. They only had white and black on when you choose your ethnicity. But then Nixon said, well, we're going to put them as Hispanic. We're going to say as Asian. And they ran so quick. They didn't want to be in that category with black. They want to be in the category with white, or they want to be separate. So learn your history. And I love when the people who say liar, they always saying liar, but do your research. See, the problem is you can get on here every time I come on. I love it when you come on. You help me. You help my audience come to me so they can learn the truth and deprogram themselves. Because you show your true color. You call me a liar, but yet you won't do research. You try to make me answer your question, yet I will not. I continue to tell you I am not my ancestors, but you continue to come on here. Here, not here, here. I just said, who? They be trying to prove a point. And this is the way that I say they do not know or do research. That's the crazy part. Did they not or did they not speak Hebrew in Egypt? Was there any Hebrews in Egypt? Yes. Moses was a Hebrew. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just love these uneducated people. I love these trolls who really don't do research. I mean, what's wrong? So Trump showed his true colors when he pardoned this man. I'm just gonna get off because I can't do uneducated people. I can't, not on my level. So Trump released this. He's a white nationalist. Every Caucasian stood up there and say, "Give Trump a chance. Give Trump a chance." Yeah. He's showing his true colors. So in September, if I'm not mistaken, in September the 9th or the 20th, you can go and search on the do a research. They supposed to have a get together with HBCU's presidents. And so far, the Southern University is going, and no one else. So at the end of the day, Trump, stop trying to do a photo op. Carry your white nationalist ass on. I hope you get impeached. I hope that you take your whole cabinet members, including Ben Carson, with you and take your ass on. You're a white nationalist. Take your white nationalist. If y'all want to be segregated, carry your ass on. Go on get now. So it's time for me to go because I'm getting trolled. But that's not the reason why I'm leaving, because it's my birthday. And I want to... Oh, yeah. And congratulations to Mayweather's. I don't like Mayweather's that much. But I knew that he was going to win. They was rooting for that Caucasian to win. He had to win. Oh, yes. He had to win. But I used to leave with music. But I'm not going to leave with music. I am going to leave with Maya Angelou. I love Maya Angelou. And I delete Maya Angelou. I just want to play her. This is my birthday. I'm going to have fun. And I just wish you guys the best.
Liberates.
Love is freedom.
When my son was born, I was 17. My mother had a huge house, 14-room house. At 17, I went to her and said, "I'm leaving." She asked me, "You're leaving my house?" And she had live-in help. I said, "Yes, I found a job and I've got a room with cooking privileges down the hall, and the landlady will be the babysitter." She asked me, "You're leaving my house?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." "And you're taking the baby?" I said, "Yes." She said, "All right, remember this. When you step over my door sill, you've been raised. You know the difference between right and wrong.
Maya Angelou, rest in peace.
Do right.
Man,
don't let anybody raise
the
you
intelligence
and
that
make
this
you change.
woman had.
And remember this, you can always come home. I went home every time life slammed me down and made me call it uncle. I went home with my baby. My mother never once acted as I told you so. She said, "Oh, baby's home. Oh, my darling, Mama's going to cook you something. Mother's going to make this for you." Love. She liberated me to life. She continued to do that. When my son may have been 5 years old, my mother would pick him up all the time and feed him. And I went to her once a month.